Alright, I got called out on slacking off and not properly uploading on a regular basis, and I've been getting called out on all week. Recently, well, it's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all the people that are celebrating Thanksgiving right now, and to all the foreign people that are watching this that have nothing to do with Thanksgiving. Happy Thursday. Okay, I was talking to Julia, and she asked me if I was going to celebrate Thanksgiving, and I'm like, no, don't matter to me. I don't do that, you know. And she's like, do you want me to bring you something to eat? And I'm like, what are you going to bring me? You know, I don't eat anything. And she's like, oh, that's right, I forgot you don't eat meat anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that don't matter, you know. So she's like, well, I'll bring you some macaroni and cheese. I replied, I don't eat that shit. You know I don't eat that shit. I never eat that shit. I don't like it. I don't like it. But my mother stopped me, and she goes, why are you talking to her like that? You don't say things like that. If you don't want something or you don't like it, you know, just say no, you don't like it, and carry on. Why do you have to call it shit? You know, if you were talking to me, if I was her, and you said that to me, I would be like, oh, you saying I eat shit? Like, I guess you would hang up on me. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm not talking to you. You know, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her. And she knows what I mean, because Julia is on the other line like, yo, I gotta go to the grocery store and pick up some cheese and shit, and then I gotta go cook the rest of this shit, and it's just going on. So my mother's like, you know, you need to clean up your language. And I'm like, I do. I agree. I do. So she's like, I'm going to charge you $1 every time you curse. So I say, okay. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, are you fucking for real? How you going to tell me that shit in the middle of the day? Like, you going to charge me some money like I got some fucking money to give you anyway. And if you was some bitch in the street, you know I would call you some crazy bitch right now. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I think you should lower that to 10 cents. And I just give you like $3 a day and keep it moving. But then I'm thinking, alright, you know, when people tell me they don't want something that I like, I don't really get offended by it. But I remember going to Checkers, and I forgot that I had this on film, but I will merge this to the end of the video. I was in Checkers, and the only thing that I get from Checkers is cherry Fanta soda, because it tastes like a Slurpee that's not frozen. I like that type of thing. I go up to the counter, I order my mother's food, I order Willie's food, everything's hunky-dory, and I'm like, let me get a large cherry Fanta. The girl looks me in the face and goes, yeah, we don't have that no more, niggas don't like that shit. So I'm like, yo, you serious? And she goes, yeah, it ain't no good. I'm like, I think it's good. Obviously, I think it's good, because if I didn't like it, I wouldn't order it. And I'm like, well, I like it. She goes, you want it? She goes and fills up this tiny-ass cup and hands it to me. I drink it, and I'm like, give it to me. Don't put any ice in it, because it's flat already. I really don't care. I'm just looking for some flavor, you know? And then she gives me I'm like, so basically you're going to give me a free small drink, a flat-ass, big container of soda, because this is just the last of it anyway, and then gonna tell me the shit I want to drink is nasty. So I'm like, you know what, yeah, Ma has a point. I gotta stop calling everything shit. I gotta stop calling everybody a nigga. I gotta stop calling all women bitches, and I gotta stop saying fuck it every time I'm talking about fuck it. So there you go. I think I owe her like $20 right now. Yeah, you see this right here? They don't sell cherry Fanta anymore because it's not any good. I tell a bitch I want it anyway. She give me a small cup of it, ask me how I like it, and I take it. That's like a free drink.